Good evening, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. all-weather, all-streaming show that we do here every night during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through them as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. But let's get started here with a look at our headlines and what we're tracking out for the next couple of days. Well, through the rest of tonight and even into Thursday, it's going to be pretty dry, clear, and mild. And then we'll start to see some changes headed our way starting Friday. We'll have that chance for some showers and storms. Isolated strong to severe storm can't be ruled out, but the better chances for some severe weather appear to be on Monday. That's where we're under that slight risk for severe storms. And that being this far out, obviously there's going to be some changes with that. So it's going to be something we're going to continue to watch fairly closely. But at this point in time, we've just gone ahead and issued an alert for both Friday and on Monday for the potential of strong to severe storms. But more on that in a little bit. We'll talk more about what's going on out there right now and what we can expect through tomorrow. Well, we've got this area of high pressure anchored just off to our southeast, so that's kept us dry, warm, and breezy for much of our Wednesday. We've had gusts up to 20, even close to 30 miles per hour at some points, even windier yesterday. We are looking at a closer view here of the tri-state. Again, we're tracking out not much other than clear skies through the rest of tonight and even into tomorrow. Temperatures today climbed all the way up into the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees this afternoon, thanks to the combination of those southerly winds and that sunshine. 80 in Evansville, Paducah, 81 there down towards Bowling Green, a little bit cooler to the north by a degree up towards Indianapolis at around 79. Now, since then, we've cooled down a good bit. We're sitting mostly in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees, 71 in Newburgh, 69 here in Evansville, 70 out towards Mount Carmel. A little bit cooler there. The cold spot is in Dundee, sitting at around 59 degrees this evening. And over the next 12 hours, again, we'll stay mostly clear tonight. Temperatures will drop down into the mid-50s through the overnight hours, but with southwesterly winds gusting upwards of 20 miles per hour headed into our Thursday. That's going to continue to bump us up into the lower 80s. So even warmer by a few degrees for tomorrow afternoon, 82 by tomorrow. And then we even stay mostly dry. We do have that slight chance for maybe a stray sprinkle, but I think the best chances of that are going to be over southern Illinois. Otherwise, it is going to be a completely dry day for our Thursday. And we stay dry through Thursday night, and then we'll notice an increase in that cloud cover headed into the day on Friday as that next storm system begins to move through. And that'll kick up around to some showers and a few thunderstorms, primarily in the late morning, early evening hours, late morning, early afternoon, and then again possible headed into the evening. And then we're looking at another chance for some showers and storms headed into Monday. Again, isolated strong to severe storms are possible Friday, maybe more so in the way of scattered severe thunderstorms headed into Monday. So the odds are better for the start of the work week next week than they are for Friday. So here's that severe storm outlook for Friday. We are all included in that level 1 marginal risk for severe storms. So again, widespread severe weather not expected. But let's take a look at some timing here. Again, it's still pretty early, but this will give us a general idea of when we can expect some of the rainier or stormier patterns to take shape for the end of the work week. We have this line of showers and storms, a broken line that will be moving through in the late morning, early afternoon hours. And then depending on how much the atmosphere is able to recover, if we get more clearing and we stay on the drier side with that first round, we may have enough juice for a few more showers and storms headed into Friday night. But the models have kind of backed off on a lot of those storms for Friday night. They've kind of kept the focus for the first half of the day on Friday for that main severe weather threat. So we could see potentially 2 rounds. And again, we're not expecting widespread severe weather Friday. The better risk for severe weather is going to be on Monday. Here's a look at that outlook for the start of next week. You'll see this large area of that 15% slight risk for severe storms. It includes areas like the Boot Heel of Missouri, southern Illinois, most of the tri-state, western Kentucky, western Tennessee, down into Arkansas, and even into areas of Mississippi and down into northern Louisiana. So here's kind of the longer range outlook of the European model to give us an idea on timing. Again, most of the day on Monday should be dry. We'll have warm front lift to our north early Monday morning, so that's going to funnel in that warm, moist air from the south. That is going to be that fuel for those storms, and we may get a stray shower, an isolated storm to pop up out ahead of the main line, but it looks like the best chances for those showers and storms will arrive Monday evening into Monday night before clearing out into early Tuesday morning as that cold front clears to our east. Now, looking at any kind of severe weather threats, it's a little bit too early to nail down the details, but at this point in time, it looks like all hazards may be possible. Of course, we'll be able to fine-tune which hazards may be more in the way for us here in the tri-state versus other places, but just keep that in mind. The forecast is going to be changing here over the next couple of days. Again, it's 6 days out, so things can change with timing and, of course, threat levels. So we just wanted to keep you alert for that potential for severe storms, even though it's pretty far away. Now, one thing we are looking at is a good dose of rainfall, something that we have been lacking here in the tri-state over the next 5 days. This is that rainfall forecast through Monday night. We could be looking at a widespread 1.5 inches up to 2 inches of rain across much of the tri-state. So that would be much needed beneficial rainfall for us here. We've been so dry lately. Precipitation for the month of April severely lacking. We're around 2 3/4 of an inch below where we should be for the month, and for the entire year we're looking at around 5.7 inches below average, but we have been above average in our temperatures. Our normal averages are running around 8.6 degrees above, so that's why we've had some of those drought conditions getting picked up across the tri-state. It's been very dry, so that is not good news. And it's also not really helping too much in the way of pollen. Typically, pollen flourishes when it's dry, sunny, warm, and breezy, and that's exactly what we've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. So pollen levels will continue to be high here until we get that good dose of rainfall to kind of tamper everything down. Now, looking at our temperature outlook beyond the next 7 days, so this is 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, April 30th through the beginning of May. It looks like that cold front that will be moving through here by Monday may actually help bring in some cooler, sustained weather for the beginning of May. So looking at below average temperatures for the start of next month, and we're looking at right around average or maybe even slightly above in terms of precipitation. So here's a look at the next 7 days just to kind of wrap things up in a little bit of a bow for you. There's a better look at it. In the meantime, while I have that up, let me go ahead and check out some of the comments for you. Suzanne Daly, she is watching from Morganfield. Thank you for joining us. Cheyenne says good evening. Good evening to you. Ryan is saying hi. Hello. Paula says good evening as well. Zach asking what the main threat for severe weather between tornadoes and large hail. Well, at least for Friday, we're not too concerned about that risk for tornadoes. We're looking at mainly an isolated damaging wind gust. However, for that Monday threat, at this point in time, it looks like all hazards may be possible. So wind, hail, and even tornadoes can't be ruled out. But again, it is 6 days out, so a lot is going to change with that. So you just got to continue to stay tuned to the latest for that forecast. All right. Laura Gray is watching from Dawson Springs. Thank you for tuning in. Yvonne asking about rain on Saturday. We may have some lingering showers into very early Saturday morning, but it looks like largely the weekend will remain dry here. So we're not too concerned with any shower or storm activity Saturday or on Sunday. Angie is watching from Vincennes. Thank you for joining us. She said it was a nice, sunny, warm day, currently sitting at around 70 degrees. Yeah, it was a gorgeous Wednesday, and it's going to be another nice one out there for tomorrow. Again, we'll be warmest for our Thursday. It's the warmest day of the next 7, so we'll be topping out in the lower 80s with plentiful sunshine, perhaps a stray shower or a sprinkle possible, but most of us will stay dry. And then we've got that chance for some showers and storms headed into Friday. Isolated strong to severe storm can't be ruled out, and then we mostly dry out here through Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures hang out in the upper 70s. even through Monday before that cold front moves in. This is where we have the better chances for severe weather, and then we start to cool back down into the lower 70s by the middle of next week. So that is kind of the roundup on our next 7 days. So continue to stay tuned for the forecast. We'll have more information and better details about the severe storm threats for both Friday and on Monday in the coming days. So continue to come back here and watch us on air and online. But until then, everybody, have a great rest of your evening and enjoy your Thursday tomorrow. Again, it's going to be gorgeous out there. If you can get outside and take advantage of it, I recommend you do so. But until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your night.